Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one. As we are doing what we call the weekend review, as we look at all the games that have been played in the Premier League, give you our thoughts, and we move on, people, because Premier League never stops giving us so many surprises, and I think this week was one of those weeks where we got some amazing surprises. I actually have to say that when you really think about it, in the end, this was a week that was a week made for the players who are never really given that respect, or the people who are considered as finished. The reason I'm saying there are so many players who stood up for this week that so many people thought or actually think that they are no longer even necessary or still have anything to prove in the game. You don't believe me? I might give you some example. Anthony Martial scored a goal. I don't remember the last time he scored a goal, but he scored a goal. And yes, it was not a penalty, it was actually a goal, straightforward a goal. That has to mean something for somebody who was watching the game. Kai Havertz, the man that everyone has been after in Arsenal, scored a goal. He scored a goal that the whole entire Arsenal fan base is shouting and screaming and really excited over that goal. So like I'm saying, this was the week where the players who have not really been given that much respect actually demanded respect from the world. Marcus Rashford scored a goal as well, but we know he will always score goals. But there is a wonder goal from Garnacho here. We need to talk about that one. Maybe a goal of the season when you think maybe a contender. You never know. I'm sure it's a goal of the month. What a goal, by the way. Somebody was saying it's a postcard goal of the year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's crazy. It's really crazy because I felt like it was a statement win for Manchester United. I felt like they came in and they proven to the world that they have something to offer. People should not just count them out because they are not out of this title race. They are not showing that they are done. They're only 2 points away from Spurs. Spurs who are very close. When I look at my table. Who are very close to the likes of Liverpool and all the other teams. Because remember, Liverpool did not win. They drew against Man City, which also is a game that we need to talk about. And also, like I was saying, the unlikely scorers were the goal scorers of the week. Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a crazy goal against Man City. And people are going to say, why are you saying an unlikely this one? Because I think everyone labeled him as the weakest point of Liverpool. And even Pep Guardiola, the way he was playing, he tried to explore or to actually try to make mistakes out of the Trent Alexander side. But if you look at how the goals were scored, the guy who was meant to be the one who became the destroyer could not actually do it. I know he was running around. I know he was causing problems movement-wise, everything he was doing. But he just could not get or create something special that City could actually get a goal out of. People are talking more about how Trent Alexander-Arnold was passed. They're saying 7 times. How does that really help, in the long view of things? How does that help? So there is a lot of things to talk about in these games. I'm going to be looking at them. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Click the like button, subscribe to the connect. Let's start with the bigger game. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. So before this game, Manchester City played 23 and won 23 at the Etihad. Not lost a game. That is something. So it means Liverpool were expected to lose for a change. And of course, it was gonna be just straightforward to the point. If Liverpool had lost, nobody was gonna have a problem about it, as everything meant that we were just not yet ready for anything, for any title race, for anything. Remember, this game was at the Etihad. So many teams especially Liverpool. I don't remember the last time we won at the Etihad. I don't remember. So it meant that the team had to really prove something special. They had to play and actually show us that they had something to prove. And yeah, I felt like Liverpool team did prove that they had something special to offer. I felt like they played the game so perfectly well that in the very end, winning the game was very important, but it gave us something to smile about. Not winning exactly, I mean drawing the game, because there was a mistake in clearance by Alisson, and the ball went into the legs of Haaland, of Aki. Aki was able to retain the ball, and it was a goal. So many people are blaming Alisson for that one, but I just felt like we are talking of a player who 24 hours ago was in a jet coming from Brazil or South America to England. Talk about the player being jet lagged. Everyone loses their concentration whenever they have traveled a long distance. They need at least some few hours to get themselves back together. And I know we can't use excuses like this, but that has to be the fact. Look at the players who came from South America in the game. We're talking about Alex McAllister, who struggled in the game, yet to be taken out, by the way. Darwin Nunes, who was scoring goals just a few days back, could not really manage to control the chances, and he was panicking a lot in the ground, and he was not really causing problems in terms of running and his speed going forward. Also, look at Lucha Diaz. I know he came in the last minute. He was not really able to connect and actually do something with the ball that he had. These guys were tired. Even Julian Alvarez, most of the times that chance he had for Alisson, it's easy score for him, but you could see that these players are jet lagged. Especially the Premier League did not make matters even easier. They decided to make the game a 12:30 game. That just became so much. It means that the preparation to be ready, the focus was actually reduced into a short amount of time. You'd expect that game to be the one that is played maybe as the last game of the week of Saturday. The reason why I want is because of the type of a game that we were expecting, what we wanted to see. Maybe under the lights, this could have been a different game at the Etihad. Maybe we would have seen more of Man City, more of Liverpool. But also Man City team was the weakest in terms of the bench. They had the best starting lineup, but the weakest team. I did not see that one coming. To be honest, I did not see that one coming. I don't know, maybe because they have so many injuries. I was listening to the Football Terrace just a few weeks back, and I had another player actually blaming, another City supporter actually blaming the football world for saying that City are using so much player money and stuff like that. That's why that team was not strong. So he's blaming others. It's never their fault. He's blaming others. Like, it's all your fault. That's why we are here. It's not. To be honest, it's not our fault. We don't even know what is happening. Pep Guardiola went to buy players, and that's what he brought. So it was a game that demanded so much, and I felt like, the game really gave us something to smile about. City controlled the position. I felt like that was the mission of Pep Guardiola. He wanted to control the position. He wanted to always force Liverpool to make mistakes out of the pressure he was putting on Trent Alexander-Arnold. So many times, if you did not really watch this game in a tactical point of view, you just watched it with your eye test, you would have missed so many things that we saw. Pep Guardiola was playing a back three. Aki, Diaz, and Walker, with Akanji playing in the midfield alongside Rodri, and forward were the front three, of Foden. So it was Foden, then this guy Julian Alvarez, and Bernardo Silva. So Bernardo Silva was on the was on the side of Trent Alexander-Arnold while we had this. No, it was actually Doku, Bernardo Silva, and Doku, Bernardo Silva, and Foden. There were three in front, Haaland up top. The purpose of this, which I actually got to see as we were watching the game, he always wanted to have that box in the middle of Liverpool's midfield to disturb them so that he had control over the ball. And Liverpool actually came up with a good tactic. They wanted Darwin Núñez to drop a bit in so that he could actually make that box as well, alongside Dominic Soboslai, McAllister, and Curtis Jones. But so many times Edison was taking time with the ball to try low in, try and force him out. And when Darwin Núñez does that, the ball either goes to Rodri, or he would, or maybe because the ball would look like it's going to Rodri, Liverpool's midfield like Soboslai would, or Curtis Jones would try to go mark him, but in doing so, leaving a Bernardo Silva free, leaving either leaving this guy, what's his name? Julian Alvarez free, which meant that if the goalkeeper could pick one of them, it exposed maybe Dominic Soboslai and McAllister as they try to cover three players whether to. And if they cannot do that, you would find that the ball goes straight to Jeremy Doku, who you would see the movement of Bernardo Silva. He was trying to be two alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold to create that main advantage over Trent, a 2v1, which now would try to lure out would try to lure out this guy Joe Matip, and in doing that, so much space would be left for Haaland and Julian Alvarez, and they all had to be dealt with by Virgil van Dijk. And now Constant Tsimikas moves in and leaves Foden free. So it was a crazy tactical disadvantage that Liverpool had in this game. But I also felt like they handled the pressure well, especially Trent Alexander-Arnold, because they knew that this Jeremy Doku guy likes to run with the ball. So you know what they did, and I think this is very important. They either forced him to say when he's running past, he either runs on the sides, like he's going straight to the corner kick point, or maybe comes within inside. Because when he was coming within, it was easy for the midfielders to take the ball out of him, or even Joe Matip, because he'll be now moving from Trent's territory to Joe Matip. So I felt like that was very important because it stopped him to actually become the threat that so many people were expecting, and they did so well. So many people might look at this game and say that Trent Alexander-Arnold was passed by Doku by 7 times, but look at the way he was passing Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was passing him, and as much as he was passing Trent Alexander-Arnold, Trent was so calm into forcing him out of position, or into taking him in the wings where he's less of a threat than what he could do. The first time he managed to actually do a successful take on, and I think it was only once in the game, he actually brought the ball in, which it was hard for Alisson to save. It ended up going out for a corner. That was dangerous. But after that, Liverpool were so good into forcing him out. And Man City, I actually saw that they were actually afraid of Trent Alexander-Arnold with his long balls and his passes. Because every single time whenever Trent would hold the ball, you would see that Bernardo Silva would move in and try to put so much pressure on Trent to not allow him to have chance to shoot those balls. He came in the midfield. He did so well, but it was hard for him to get so many chances. But like I said, this could have been a different game if this team was strong, because in the second half, Man City just disappeared. They just disappeared in the game. Of course, it was the tiredness. These guys, most of them are coming from international break. So many people were faking injuries and stuff like that, and a lot of things was happening. So it was definitely a different game, and so many people who were watching this game can actually testify to you that it was actually exciting to watch what could have happened, how it could have turned up, and how so many things would have actually come out of this game. But all in all, it gave us so much so much insight into the game, into the minds of these managers, what they can do with what they do. I'm wondering Liverpool how they'll look like if they have a proper DM who can hold on and actually fight like a road tribe type of a player. Of course, it's one of his kind at the moment, but a player who has even 60% of what Road offers. I thought Andre from Fluminense would be one player that would do so well for Liverpool. But that tells you how much it could be. It could have been a different game. Pep Guardiola also complained about the noise from the stands, that there was none. But guess what, man? It was a 12 o'clock game. Nobody's ever excited to be in the 12, to be so early to go watch a game, especially this big game, which requires the 12th man so much. You need your friends to be behind your teams, and the time where the game was being played did not really help the story. And we saw it in this game that they really struggled to get into the game. They really struggled to give anything, any account of whatever that they could offer in the game. So you see that there's so much to blame it on. There's so much we can look at and say, oh, this could have been and this could have been what caused, and could have been a different game or whatever that would have happened. But we are already here, people, so we have to move on. So this was the game. It ended 1-1, but tactically it was a good game. It was a good game. Go look at the people who does analysis and look at how the game was played. I felt like Klopp made a mistake putting on Diogo Jota, who could be injured, by the way. Should have put in maybe Luis Diaz to have those three players run at City defense, cause problems, because Jota's pace was missing. But also, you could see that Alisson was really tired, jet-lagged, and so many errors. But also, he did so well. There is a Foden goal that he saved, which should have been a goal. There is a shot from Haaland we saved as well, very close to him, which could have been a goal, which actually was converted to go become the Trent Alexander-Arnold goal. So as much as people say that Alisson did nothing, as much as people are trying to play this blame game on him and say whatever they're saying, they have to go look at the game as well and actually understand that also without him, this could have also been a different game. So really look at those things in Sam and actually understand that this team played so well, really so well. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to the next game, which I think was a shocker. A shocker. I did not see that one coming. But anyway, before I go to that game, Trent Alexander, by the way, that was an amazing goal. Look what I was telling you, the way the strikers of Liverpool were able to pull the defense and the midfield of Man City, which opened up space for a player to hit, and the midfield could not do anything. And that's where the goal of Trent Alexander-Arnold actually came from. But that was an amazing tactic, the way they did it and how they took advantage of that. I enjoyed that so much well. Anyway, like I'm